Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So in this video, we are going to talk about the tale of Custard the dragon. So what can you understand by the title? You can understand very simply that there is this dragon by the name Custard and it is his tale. That means it is the story about a dragon whose story is written in a form of a ballet. That means it is written in a rhyming poem, like it's a poem. So you are going to enjoy the story for sure and you are going to love it because the way I'm going to explain it, you are definitely going to understand it. Okay. Now, before we start, I want to put a little light on this blue box. That is that this poem is written in the style of a ballet. Now, what is a ballet? So ballet is a song. Basically, ballet is a song or poem that tells a story. So this means that this poem is written in the form of a story. You must be familiar with ballads. Do you know that Disney ballad about Multan? She was a warrior, right? It is a Chinese ballad actually. So ballads are really interesting. They tell you the complete story with a short and crisp form, right? So the ballet of Multan, you must have heard it. Okay, so now let's talk about this ballet which is in your course class 10th. So let's get started because you have your board examinations, right? Now let's start. So here ballads are usually used to give these stories of courage and heroism. So let's get started. And this poem is a humorous ballet close to a party. So this is a humorous poem and it is written in the form of a ballet. Please remember these things. You can always put this in the introduction. And let me tell you the poet. The poet is Ogden Nash. Okay, so the poet is Ogden Nash. Let's talk about him a little bit. So here is the poet, Ogden Nash. So Ogden Nash wrote 400 pieces of comic verse, that means humorous work, and he has been published best of his work in 14 volumes. So he's perhaps described in the Poetic Tribute. Okay, so this is all about the poet. Please read about him if you are interested. So let's talk about Ogden Nash very quickly. Okay, like I've already talked about it, but remember he uses sometimes considerable length that are conical and prosy. Prosy means you might think that this is a complete story. So yes, that's why his this poem is known as a ballet, because it's conveying a complete story in the form of a poem. So it's quite a big poem. And let's get started. So Belinda lived in a little white house. So Belinda lived in a little white house. So Belinda is a little girl with a little black kitten and a little gray mouse. So you see, first pet is black kitten. Second pet of Belinda is gray mouse. Then third pet is yellow dog. Now children mistaken and they say red wagon is also a pet. Well, no. She has only 4 pets, not 5. First is the black kitten, second is the grey mouse, and third is the yellow dog, and fourth is the little pet dragon. This red wagon is her cart. Okay, it's her red cart, which is full of toys. So it is a toy cart. Okay, it is a toy cart. Please remember. Okay, do not forget. Okay, so Belinda has 4 pets and she has a red toy cart. Who? Belinda. Here, let me tell you the you need to know the poetic devices. First is lived in a little. So this is alliteration, LL, right? So alliteration. Let's instead of underlining, let me just highlight it for you. So lived in a little is alliteration, remember. Okay, lived in a little is alliteration. With a little black kitten and a little gray mouse, nothing. So little can be repetition here. So you can put this little and little again. So this is repetition. Okay, I hope you have noted this. So I'm just removing this. This is repetition. What is this? This is repetition. Okay. Now, and the little yellow dog. Again, little, then again, this is repetition. Please remember this. Okay. These are the small things you need to remember. Okay. Next, Aurelio Trulio little pet dragon. Now remember, Aurelio Trulio's spelling is not this. Okay. So this is poetic license that the poet has changed the spellings according to the rhyming scheme. Okay. So poetic license means that the poet can change the spellings according to him or her with respect to the rhyme of the poem. So these are the three main devices, poetic devices in this paragraph. So here, this is the introductory paragraph, and it is saying that Belinda lives in a little white house with 4 pets and a red toy cart or a wagon. That means you can say a wagon or a cart. Cart is better. And Relio and Trulio spellings are changed under poetic license to create a humor and rhyme. So they lived in a little is also alliteration. I've already told you. So the odd one out is dragon because they aren't usually kept as pets, right? So dragon here is odd one out. Please remember, I don't want you to forget any point. So this is odd. Why is dragon odd? Because dragons are not really kept as pets. So you see that this guy, this black kitten can be kept as pet. People keep kittens. People may keep mouses. People may keep dog. But people don't keep dragon. So dragon is odd one out. So let's give him a new color, right? So let's give him pink color. Dragon is the main protagonist. Please remember, and he's the odd one out in the first paragraph. Okay. So let's get started with the second paragraph. I'm explaining it with everything so you don't get any doubt. Okay. Next. Now the name of the little black kitten was Ink. So the little black kitten was Ink. And the little grey mouse, she called him Blink. Who called him Blink? Belinda. Okay. So she, wherever she will come, it means it is Belinda. The little yellow dog was sharp as mustard, so his name is Mustard. But the dragon was a coward, so she called him Custard. So coward tha, dragon was coward, so she called him a Custard. Yellow dog was Mustard, so now let's give them the colors they deserve. Yellow dog, so Mustard. I don't have a grey color, so I'll give you green. Grey mouse called him Blink. Then we have your black kitten. So I don't have black, I have blue. So black kitten was Ink. Okay. And then the dragon was a coward. So she called him Custard. Okay. Now please remember the names. They are very important. I'm just telling you these are very important. Okay. Now the kitten was called Ink because it was black in color. Okay. Remember, so kitten was called Ink because she was black in color. I've marked it for you. Please remember, okay? Mark in your also so that you remember, okay? Then now you understand why black kitten was called Ink. Then grey mouse was called Blink because he used to blink. So the mouse was called Blink as he disappeared in the blink of an eye. Then the dog was called Yellow because the dog was called Mustard because he was yellow. Okay. Then the dragon was a coward, so she called him Custard. Okay. Now remember, the dragon was called Custard. Now this is very important. Why? Might be asked. Okay. Might be asked. Now listen very carefully. Why? The dragon was called Custard because it lacked inner strength first. It lacked inner strength. Second, the custard is free flowing and doesn't have fixed shape, right? So similarly, the dragon didn't have the strength of character and he didn't have courage. He was free flowing. That's why he's called like custard. Okay. Now this is clear to you all. Okay. Let me refresh the page and then I'll come back. Yes. Now that you have understood the basics, now let us go to the third paragraph. So you have understood the first paragraph, everyone? Sure, first paragraph with all the poetic devices. Second paragraph done. Now let us move on to the third paragraph. Okay. Custard the dragon had big sharp teeth. See, the hidden meaning is very easy. The literal meaning is very easy. The poem is very easy, but the poem is very big. Okay. So that's the main thing. It's very easy. The language is very easy. Okay. And spikes on top of him and scales underneath. Underneath, like reptiles do have, right? So dragon is not a reptile, but then they have a similar structure. Mouth like a firepiece, chimney for a nose, and the Relio Trulio draggers on his toes. Now, this is about the physical appearance of the dragon. Custard की physical appearance के बारे में ये पूरा है. This is about the physical appearance of custard. So, the physical appearance of custard the dragon was frightening. The custard the dragon had a frightening appearance as he had big sharp teeth, pointed spikes, big sharp teeth, and thick dry scales underneath. That means underlying skin. He had a big fiery mouth, again fireplace, big fiery mouth, and a long chimney like nose. Okay, his nose is compared to chimney because it was long and sharp. The nails of his toes are compared to dagger or knives. Okay, so daggers or knives. So why are they compared? Because this is actually a metaphor. Okay, so they are compared because they are very sharp. So first of all, first poetic device that you can see that this is a metaphor. Daggers on his toes is a metaphor. So wait, let me first tell you. This whole has see, first chimney for nose is also metaphor. Daggers on his toes is also metaphor. So these are both metaphorical. Okay, this is metaphor. And mouth like a fireplace. Now see, their mouth like a fireplace. Like, where like comes, it is a simile. It's not a metaphor. That's why I underline chimney for a nose and this, but not this. So this is a simile. Because like is coming na. Like जब आ जाता है, I have told you already. जब like आता है क्या होता है? Yes, जब like आता है तो like as तो simile हो जाता है. ठीक है. If you have not watched that video of mine जहाँ पर मैंने ये सारे poetic devices आपको explain करे हैं, so now is the time, go and watch it. Okay. Chimney for a nose and Trulio daggers, these are both for metaphor. Okay, clear everyone? So his physical appearance is in complete contrast with his nature. Now why is his physical appearance in complete contrast with his nature? Because Belinda mentions, the poet mentions that he is very frightened always, but he looks frightening. Okay, so he's always frightened. He lacks inner strength. He lacks the courage. But his physical appearance is in complete contrast with his appearance. It's in complete contrast. Okay, everyone? Clear? Sure? Okay. So we are done with this. Now let's go on to the fourth paragraph. I hope third paragraph is clear to you all. Okay, now let us move on to the fourth paragraph. This third one is done. Belinda was a brave as barrel full of beers, and ink and blink chased lions down the stairs. Mustard was as brave as a tiger in a rage, but Custard cried for a nice safe cage. Okay, now what does this mean? So, first of all, brave as a barrel of beers is simile, okay, and alliteration as well, okay, so lots of B's. So, first is, we have to do this brave as barrel of beer, full of beers, this is simile, as well as alliteration. सिमिली भी है, एलिट्रेशन भी है, तो याद रखना, ठीक है, भूल मत जाना. क्या है, सिमिली भी है और एलिट्रेशन भी है, दोनों है ये, ठीक है, क्योंकि बी भी आ रहा है ना, ठीक है। अब मेरे को रिमूव करना पड़ेगा, देखो, ठीक है, ओके, यहां पर भी आ रहा है बेलिंडा वॉज, तो ये पूरा ही है, ठीक है। देन chased lion down the stairs as brave as tiger in a rage. So as brave as tiger in a rage is again simile, so let's not write it again, ठीक है। This is also simile and alliteration. Alliteration सिर्फ ये है, ठीक है, alliteration सिर्फ ऊपर वाला है, try to understand, alliteration सिर्फ ऊपर वाला है, this is only alliteration and simile, but this is only simile, okay, and this is hyperbole. So you can leave this, hyperbole. I can explain you, but then I guess it's not required. But remember, this is hyperbole, okay? Chase lions down the stairs. This is hyperbole. I don't want to tell you actually. You'll get confused. But okay, let me tell you. Chase like this. So this is hyperbole. Hyperbole, okay? Remember, this is hyperbole. So basically what is hyperbole? Let me explain you. अब लिखवा ही रही हूँ, तो I have to explain you what is hyperbole. So it is also a poetic device, but hyperbole means very exaggeration, ठीक है, क्या है, exaggeration बहुत ज्यादा है उसमें, ठीक, बहुत ज्यादा उसमें, मतलब, तो अब तुम लोग कंफ्यूज मत हो ना कि ये ब्रेव एज अ टाइगर exaggeration क्यों नहीं है, इसलिए मैं नहीं बताती, बट exaggeration है इसमें hyperbole में, chase lions down the stairs, so इसलिए है ये hyperbole, okay? You don't have to write if you don't want to write, so but this is means hyperbole means exaggeration, okay? I've just told you, usually I don't, okay? Clear? Now let's talk about the fourth paragraph as a whole. So the fourth paragraph basically says that in bravery of Belinda, basically it's about the bravery of Belinda and her three pets is exaggerated because, now this whole paragraph is exaggerated. Basically this line is exaggerated, to be precise, in literary terms this is exaggerated, this is hyperbole, because she is as brave. So they say that she is as brave as full like number of bears put together, and the kitten and mouse chase lions. This is not possible, this is just, you know, exaggeration. The dog is as brave as a furious tiger, but Custard cried for a safe cage because he's a coward who lacked strength of courage. So Custard, वैसे तो he looked very furious and, you know, very frightening, but he was a coward. So basically this is what this paragraph says, that Custard lacked inner strength and he was a coward. But यहाँ पर जो बाकी सबकी है, जो तारीफें हैं वो क्या करी गई हैं, बहुत ज्यादा exaggerate करी गई हैं, hyperbole करी गई हैं. क्या आपको लगता है, do you think practically can ink and blink, that is the mice and the mouse and the kitten, can chase a tiger or a lion? No, they cannot, right? Belinda can also not do full barrels full of beers. No, they cannot. So this is just exaggeration of a simple thing. They are all making fun of Custard the dragon. Basically, this is what the paragraph means. So now let us move on to the next paragraph. So I'll be doing till here today, okay? Otherwise the video will be stretched up. But now subscribe to the channel because I'm taking a lot of pain. I'm explaining each and everything to you so that you don't have any doubt. Now, Belinda tickled him. She tickled him unmerciful. Ink, blink and mustard. They rudely called him Percival. Him is here Custard. Okay, please remember, him is Custard. they RTC के लिए बता रही हूँ, फिर RTCs में एक नंबर करके सारे गवाना, ठीक है? I'm telling you for RTCs. Him is Custard, okay? They all sat, they means ink, blink, Belinda and mustard, laughing in the little red wagon. Little red wagon is the cart of Belinda at the Rulio Trilio cowardly dragon. Okay, so now you know. Okay, so let's talk about the paragraph. So Belinda tickled Custard to make fun of him because he was a coward. Now you know already. Belinda and her pets called Custard Percival to laugh and make fun of him because he now see who was Percival. Let me tell you, Percival was a brave knight in the army of King Arthur, whereas Custard was not at all brave and a coward. So basically this Percival was you can say an army official in Arthur King's army. Okay, so he was an army official, Percival. They all sat and they made the fun of the little dragon or the coward dragon because he lacked inner strength and courage. So no poetic devices in this one. Let me check. You have one. Okay, you have one. See here. Laughing in little red dragon. So this is again what? Alliteration. Do you have any other? No, you don't have any. Okay, you can have this, but then there is a comma, so don't go for this. Then again, Relio Trulio is again poetic license. So if you want to write again, so you can write poetic license again. Relio Trulio is poetic license, as I always say. Okay, clear? Poetic license means उन्होंने spelling बदल दी है. I have told you who is Percival. Now let us discuss the last paragraph of the day. Okay, wait, I'm struggling to, yeah. Belinda giggled. Okay, Belinda giggled till she shook the house, and Blind said, "Weak," which is giggling for a mouse. Ink and Mustard rudely asked his age when Custard cried for a nice safe cage. Now Belinda and Blink laughed at his cowards. Okay, cowardice. Okay, Ink and Mustard asked for his age as if he was a baby because he was a coward and cried for a safe cage. So basically they all were making fun of Custard. Now, अब मैंने आपको इतना यहाँ तक इसलिए पढ़ाया है क्योंकि अभी तक आपने सिर्फ नेगेटिव इम्पैक्ट ऑफ कस्टर्ड देखा है, यानी कावर्डाइज देखी अभी कस्टर्ड की. नेक्स्ट पैराग्राफ में आप देखोगे कि कस्टर्ड क्या क्या कर सकता है. सो वी हैव डन आई गेस 6 पैराग्राफ्स, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So out of 15, we have done 6 paragraphs already. So we are going to complete the next 9 in the next upcoming video. So अभी मेरे को थोड़ा टाइम लगा माहौल बनाने में. अगले जो है we will be doing in the next video. Love you all. Bye bye. Because यहाँ से जो है कावर्डाइस उसकी चली जाएगी और चौक जाएंगे सारे. Okay. See you in the next video. Love you all. Bye bye. Subscribe. Okay. Subscribe. Otherwise you are not going to enjoy. है ना? क्योंकि मैं तो enjoy करते हुए पढ़ाती हूँ आप लोगों को, है ना? अपनी तारीफ खुद. So tell me the idiom for that in English, not in Hindi. क्योंकि हिंदी की क्लास जब लूंगी तब पूछूंगी. Tell me the idiom. Okay. Bye bye. Love you all. Take care and like the video, share the video, and tell me which poem do you want next or which prose do you want next. Thank you.